Selling your art on the streets,
if you can spread those out, they're all a little different,
is about making ends meet, making a labor of love.
I'm just trying new stuff, seeing what I could learn.
Just plain work.
The first one was all right. I made some sales, and another individual made some sales, about like $100 worth last month.
12 times a year.
I just started this is the second one.
Jesus Gonzalez, known as Denver on the streets, says he brings his work here to the steps of Austin City Hall to show and sell his pieces.
So I'm trying to get more artists.
Denver bought a couple of my paintings. He didn't even have proper home to put them in.
This is one of the other artists that I know. He's somewhere out there right now, but I think he's really, really good.
They already took the graffiti wall away from us. There's nothing really left for artists except for just, whatever we create.
I'm just trying to get myself in the swing of things. Make sure I'm out here consistently. That way other unhoused artists will eventually start trickling in.
It's an endeavor running late into the night to early into the morning. Starting his day sometimes at 5 a.m., the majority is spent here in a small studio on South Lamar. The radio tuned for creativity. Denver creates his crafts.
I'm trying to make a little bonsai tree. I like how twisted and how compact and small they are.
But mastering his trade isn't the only challenge he faces.
Sometimes I'll find old communication wires, strip it, make a tree out of that. I would find paint in the dumpsters in different places.
Self-taught, Denver completed almost all of his art education without a permanent address. Serving a prison sentence for transporting drugs, Denver says a lack of a social security number meant he couldn't get a job. It was a condition of his parole.
So I ran, and I ran to the streets. I was homeless since 2012.
He worked under the table, lived under a bridge.
It wasn't living on the streets I really had the problem with. It was my stuff being stolen, being harassed by cops, the temperature.
Denver says after a case manager and years on a wait list, the downtown Austin Community Court got him into a home in July.
I had to kind of get over the shock first, because it's really different. You don't have to sleep with one eye open. You don't have to sleep with your shoes on. More peaceful, safer. The eerily quiet.
He says he wants to use the money he makes from his art to open a small business, a goal supported by the fact his program gives him a year of free rent. The 34-year-old is unapologetically political in his work.
It gave me an outlet to kind of express some of my frustrations. And it kind of gave me a very loud, silent voice.
He was just asking me a couple questions before I left.
It's a voice sometimes drowned out. 2 times at City Hall.
If you want to do an event here, that's possible, but you gotta just schedule it.
Security say they'll call the police. The artists do not have a permit.
He said that's a public area, but this isn't.
I don't want to call. To be honest with you, I just want y'all to comply and just do it so I don't have to stay here. I want to go home. Just go in there during business hours, and y'all can even do dates before, like next month if y'all want.
This used to be the live art and music capital.
I know.
Now what it is?
I know.
A bunch of snobs from California taking it over, making it whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, that's fine. I'm leaving, bro.
Chalking it up as a wash, Denver says this is a learning experience.
Next month, I'll kind of give him a heads up a little more.
Nah, it's all good. I ain't coming back to this spot again.
Not a deal breaker.
I feel a little bit more motivated. Yeah, actually. I'll be back next month with all the proper permits and whatever.
Leaving a blank canvas for next time. For My Point TV, I'm Josh Skurnik, and that's how I see it.